What's going on, YouTube? Today, let's talk about Pop-Tarts. Because why not? Actually, there was a post on Reddit today. I'll put it here. But yeah, it's a crazy looking Pop-Tart that's supposed to be one flavor on both sides, and it ends up looking like a trifecta of frosting mess. Anyway, it just had me thinking about my experiences growing up with Pop-Tarts, which was pretty much a staple breakfast item. I think a whole lot of people that grew up in that era had that Pop-Tarts as their go-to breakfast before school. I know at least it was mine. I still remember those commercials. The tagline used to be, "So hot, they're cool. So cool, they're hot."
So hot, they're cool, so cool. They're hot.
That was 90s marketing for you. And the last commercial that I remember seeing about Pop-Tarts, I think at the time they were doing the living Pop-Tarts, where the Pop-Tarts were alive and the children were doing all kinds of ingenious tricks in order to trick them into being eaten. Weird. Do they still have Pop-Tart commercials anymore? I do not watch enough TV to know. Maybe they do something different now. Another thing, in those old Pop-Tart commercials, they used to have toasters in those commercials that I would never understand existing in real life, where the Pop-Tart would shoot completely out of the toaster and just they'd catch it in midair. That was the coolest thing. Yeah, I didn't have any toaster like that. I didn't know anybody that had any toasters like that. I don't know, our toaster must have been special because growing up, I remember it was a thing. I don't know if it was an urban legend or not, but my parents wouldn't let us get Pop-Tarts that had frosting on the top of it because supposedly the frosting would melt and get all inside the toaster. So we had those plain Pop-Tarts. And I remember my favorite was the strawberry, plain one, of course. That is probably until toaster strudel came out, because I remember that being a popular thing when that came on the scene. And the nice thing about that is that the frosting you put on yourself, so you could heat it up and then put the frosting on, so you got frosting and flavor inside. No mess, ma. So, yeah, I guess that's just kind of the few things that came to mind. What is your favorite Pop-Tart flavor? Were you able to get frosting? I don't think anybody else I ever remember ran into that as being an issue. I think that's probably one of those things that only I had to deal with. But yep, that's all that comes to mind. That's all I wanted to talk about tonight. So I'll see you in the next video. Signing out.
The warm, flaky crust, the real cream cheese, the do-it-yourself icing.
I should have just given them Pop-Tarts.